Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. In this update, we are going to check out XRP's price chart, and as you can see, since the last time that we talked about Ripple, we did get kind of a deep move on the upside, and I'm going to be the first one to admit this. I actually did not expect our pullback to be this deep. However, my general thesis is still the same, and I am still going to stand by what I said, meaning odds are we are going to have yet another move down. And believe it or not, at least the short-term picture is now much more clear. You see, if you want to argue that we're gonna have our final lower at this region, let's say this is like a very important support area, then okay, off of the lowest low in here, you have to be able to find, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. This specific structure is called an impulse. Rules for it are we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4 and in any kind of 5 wave. Our wave 3 is simply not allowed to be the smallest wave, and in terms of the sub waves, I think you probably know what I'm about to say if you are a regular viewer of the channel. We must have 5 wave up into wave 1, 3 and 5, and for wave 2 and 4 we can have many different possibilities. Let's say ABC into 4 and like a WXY into wave 2. Now let's go on the live chart and see what is happening, and I'm going to make my point by the process of actually eliminating other choices. And here is what I'm about to say. You see, I think we can all agree that this is absolutely a 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna say probably a triangle into wave 4, another move up into wave 5. And this means also in here, unlike what we said in the previous video, which if you remember, we said this is like an ABC, this is actually a 5 wave up from here to about this high. And for example, I'm not really sure about the shape of it, but it's definitely going to be a very ugly 5 wave on the upside, something like this. And between these two sets of 5 waves, we are having maybe an ABC in form of an expanded flat. Now, here's the thing. Let's say I am absolutely wrong, and in XRP, we are looking actually extremely bullish. In that case, you know what? Fair enough. I think this is the most likely scenario if you want to be optimistic and you want to call this point your final low. You're gonna have in here a series of 1-2s. This can be 1, 2, and was 6. Great move up into wave 3, 4, 5, which on a higher degree, it has to be into this wave 3, correction for 4, another move into wave 5. In other words, here is what I'm trying to tell you. If you see a very strong bounce back starting from the current point, maybe like just a bit lower, in form of, you know what, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order to take the highs, that can be like a very good sign suggesting, you know what, maybe this bullish count is happening. On the other hand though, if in XRP we decide that we're gonna have, let's just do this, a very slow and choppy pullback, and between our pullbacks down in here, you're constantly able to identify overlapping of the waves, you know what, that's going to be a really bearish sign. And if you even do not care about that, okay, may I suggest just be a bit more patient and see, are we going to have a move down in order to take this unbelievable important low around, let's say, $2.8 or not. Now, why is this so important? Because the moment that we go down in XRP and take the lows in here, at that point, we have to, this is important, okay? We have to argue that this 5 wave and this one are on the same degree, meaning what? You are actually having an ABC, a correction up off of the lowest low in here and not an impulse, suggesting what? Yup, our move down is going to continue in XRP, and in it, we are at least going to reach to about the lowest low down here, about $2.7. We may end up going even a bit lower than that. The point that I'm trying to make is this. Look, in XRP, when we got this bounce, that happened way too fast, and around the shadow, we are still having some very important gaps that are not filled yet. And since I believe gaps 95+% of the time are going to get filled, again, once more, I still stand by what I said. I believe that we are going to, maybe after having a period of consolidation for a couple of days, get another move down in order to reach to about these levels, go potentially a bit lower than that. And then when we get there, we are going to make new updates and see what is happening. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in XRP's price chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.